It is time to go old school and take wrestling back to the good old days when it was enjoyable and watchable. We want to make it great again. We don't have the help of Donald Trump, but we do have WWE 2K25 and Smackdown versus Raw. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. Today we're going to be starting a brand new WWE 2K25 My GM mode, and this one is going to be continued. This one is going to be consistent. This one is going to be uploaded weekly, and it's going to be the blue brand of SmackDown taking on the red brand of Raw. And we're going to try and go back to that ruthless aggression era, which in my opinion was the last great era in wrestling. We're going to go back to that time. We're going to go old school. And speaking of old school, let's pick our GM. And I think we should go a guy that truly is old school. And no, we're not using Adam Pearce, and we're not using the even less exciting version of Adam Pearce. How do you get less exciting than Adam Pearce? I'll tell you. You go over to this guy right here, Nick Aldis. I mean, that's probably... I didn't think you could get a downgrade on Adam Pearce, but it turns out you can with this guy. Who are we going? We're going old school, baby. We're going Fedor Long, player. Tonight, you're going to go one-on-one with The Undertaker, player. So, yeah, Fedor Long, we're going to maybe bust out some moves on SmackDown, and we're going to take it back to the good old times and the good old days. So, we are going Fedor Long, and with that said, we're definitely going to go Smackdown. Back then, it was the B show, and we're going to kind of keep that tie-in with this GM. So, I'm happy being a B show player. But what does Fedor Long have? He has just a minute, player. Remove all matches, bonuses, and quality boost, plus set match XP gain to very low for all opposing brands in next week's show. Alright, we'll use that. And SmackDown has the Birth of Legends. 6 random superstars on your roster will have their popularity increased by 6. So that's pretty good. I like that. So we're going to go ahead, and that's good. We want that. Bang. SmackDown, good. Now we need to add in Raw. I think it's fair to say we're going up against Raw because it's SmackDown versus Raw. So of course it's going to be Raw. But who are we going to pick as a GM? Adam Pearce, no. Sonya Deville, no. Stephanie McMahon, maybe, but probably a no. Xavier Woods, no. Tyler, definitely not. Here, I'm back, and I'm better than ever. Now, to be fair, by the time Fedor Long got the SmackDown job, Eric Bischoff was almost out the door. So we could go with a Foley or a Regal or maybe a Heyman. But you know what? I'm going to go with Eric Bischoff. I think in terms of timeline, Bischoff's the best guy for the job. He's going to be Raw. And Raw has got This Is War. You can select an opposing brand to 5 randomly selected superstars that cannot be booked in any match. Holy shit. So you can select 5 superstars that we cannot use. That would be an absolute bummer. And in terms of the backstage booking, double all show logistics bonuses for next week. Okay, alrighty. So Bischoff's got some decent cards up his sleeve. We've got some decent cards up our sleeve. But that's not it. We're not just going to go into this on a level playing field because back then SmackDown was the B show, and I want to be the B show again. Not forever, but I want to start off as the B show, and I want to overtake Raw. I want to climb above Raw. I want to become the underdog and then make my way to the top and be the champion of WWE. And I thought there was a few ways we can do that. So, I've added a couple of rules, should I say, for this GM mode. And it's going to kind of tie into SmackDown. And I guess I'll explain that with each rule. So, rule number 1, we must have a minimum of 3 wrestlers under the age of 25. Minimum. If these rules are not always met at all times, then we forfeit the save. So I'm probably going to have a lot more than 3, or at least a couple more than 3 in case one decides just to rip up their contract and leave, or something really bad like that. Because if we break these rules, then that means we're done and the save is over. So at all times, we need 3 wrestlers under the age of 25. A minimum of 3. That's rule number 1. Rule number 2, we could only have a maximum of 5 wrestlers over the age of 40. So no more than 5. We can never hire a 6th person over 40. If we want to bring somebody else in, then we have to let somebody over 40 go. Now, why are these 2 rules in place? Well, SmackDown used to be the B show, and SmackDown was taped. And SmackDown, more often than not, if you were debuting in WWE, they would put you on SmackDown. Now, sometimes you got on Raw, but more often than not, they'd put you on SmackDown because the matches were taped, the show was taped, and they could edit out mistakes, botches, and if you were green, they put you on SmackDown. So we're kind of going to go with that. You know, we're going to go with SmackDown being the show with, let's say, the more greener talent, the less experienced talent, and the show with less legends and less top stars. Because, let's be honest, top stars are more likely to be older now in WWE because everyone is like pretty much over the age of 40 in this company. And we want to kind of be the underdog and have less stars. So we can only have 5 people under the age of 40, over the age of 40, sorry, and 3 people definitely need to be under the age of 25. And this is tying in due to the fact that we want to feel like Raw kind of has more top stars, and we are the brand that is kind of like pushing through the youth, you know, so to speak, and like the new guys with potential and all that. So there's those 2 rules. Rule number 1, 3 wrestlers minimum under 25 years old. Rule number 2, 5 wrestlers over 40 maximum. Right. Rule number 3, we can only sign people with 300. We can only sign 3 people over $300,000 in the draft. And again, we're just kind of going to go with this to give Raw the illusion of being the dominant brand with the more firepower financially and all this stuff. Even though we start off with the same amount of money, I'm going to allow Raw the chance to sign more top stars that are worth more money. We're going to limit ourselves to just 3 wrestlers over the value of $300,000, simply again because Raw is the A show, we're the B show. And finally, rule number 4, we have to have at least a minimum of 6 different nationalities on our roster. Why are we going with this? Well, back in the day, SmackDown was almost known for having like the Latino audience, especially like 2005, 2006. There was like focus on Guerrero, Mysterio, and more Latino people watched SmackDown than they watched Raw. And the Cruiserweight division was probably a part of that as well, because more Cruiserweights tend to be Latino, and SmackDown is known back then for having a bigger Latino audience than Raw audience. So we're going to actually just expand on that, and rather it being like a Latino audience, we're going to try and make it like a worldwide audience. So if you want to see different flavors, different nationalities, then you come to SmackDown. We can kick your ass in any language. We can do it in Chinese, mate, right? It does not matter. I just laid the SmackDown on your ass in Chinese. Don't sue me. Maybe it was Mandarin, actually. I don't know. If The Rock can speak it, if John Cena can speak it, then here, Fog of Wrestling, we can speak it too, brother. So, aye, with that said, I think we picked everything. That's the rules. The 4 rules. Let's get into this. Save. Bang. Let's get these selections selected and confirmed. So, AI difficulty will be extreme. Game difficulty will also be extreme. The win condition, I think we're going to put it on fans. Yeah, I'm going to put it on fans. So, yeah, fans I think works for me. I think it's better having fans. Trophies can kind of be random at the end of the day. Hall of Fame trophies, I don't know what this means really. We want it to be on fans. So, we'll put it on 10 for now. I think it says 10 is 4 seasons. I think 4 seasons would be long enough. Opening budget, we'll go with the highest budget, 400,000. Player order, we'll go... Turn order is determined by rank in reverse order. The brand in first goes last, and the brand in last takes a turn. Really? Round robin? I don't know. We'll just go with default order, I guess. Why not? Shake-ups, turn shake-ups on. We'll have that on. Draft pool. GMs will appeal. Can we change the draft pool? That's what I want to know. Maybe that's worth doing, actually. Hold on. Can we... Because I think I want Cena. I'm not even joking. I think we want John Cena from the get-go. Let me just see here. Who can we potentially put in? Let me see. You can have Trish Stratus. I'll maybe take Trish Stratus. Let's have her as active. Rey Mysterio. I want him as active. I want John Cena as active. I mean, let's go through all this. Why wouldn't we want these people as active? I mean, you can sign fam down. All right, we'll keep the... If they're not in wrestling today, they can be on contract. But if they've wrestled in the last year, then we're going to put them on active. So, active. Undertaker's inactive. Macho Man inactive. Ultimate Dragon inactive. Sheamus inactive. Active. X-Pac. Who else have we got here? Razor Ramon, rest in peace. Diesel. Batista. Walk alone. Maybe bring Batista back. Rikishi, big fat ass Rikishi. We don't want him. Apollo Crews. I mean, I'm looking through the rest of them here. Is that us? Are we good? We'll put Trish on a contract. I mean, we'll put Trish on active, sorry. So maybe that's it. Maybe that will do it for us. Nikki Cross, I guess she's inactive. I mean, I think that's us. Unless I see anybody else. We've got Kane. It's gotta be Kane. Do we want Kane? Probably not. Dexter Loomis is inactive. I don't know why. I guess it's because he's got his current version of the Wyatt 6. But is that it then? The Hurricane, Stacy Keebler. Do we want any of these people on? I think that will do us. Just quickly go through these. The rest of these people are local. So yeah, I think that's it. I think we're good. I think that's us. I think we put everybody that we want in, so I'm happy with that. Let's go. And in case you didn't know, I probably do want John Cena, so let's just go WWE, buddy. And that's the one we're going to select. Would you like to select this draft? Yes, I would. That's the one that I want. Match unlocks will go classic and no booking time. So here we go. With that said, let's get into the draft. Boom! It's Smackdown versus Raw Season 1. Each GM will start with a budget of $4 million. GMs will take turns drafting one after the other, brother. There will be 9 rounds of drafting. After the 9th round, drafting becomes optional. GMs can opt out or draft until they're out of cash. Tip, if you aren't sure about who to pick, don't be afraid to ask for recommendations. You can also view at each superstar's info page for additional stats and perks. Okay, buddy. Alrighty, but before we get into the first round draft pick, we've got to make a change of the rules, and that being rule number 1. I said we needed to have at least 3 people under the age of 25. Well, it turns out I checked the entire roster, and there only is 3 people under the age of 25, which kind of makes that rule impossible. So what we're going to do is now we're going to change it and make it I need to sign a minimum of 5 people under the age of 30. So don't blame me, blame WWE for having a bunch of old, washed up has-beens. And speaking of old, washed up has-beens, our number 1 pick is going to be Big Match John. Dun, 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 dun. You can't see him unless you watch Smackdown, because he's our number 1 pick. So yeah, had to pick him. Final year, I want John on my roster. He's in. He's here. He's part of the Smackdown squad that we're assembling with Fedor Long, player. But now we're going to have to go a little bit on the cheaper side. So yeah, you might see me make a couple of... let's see, who can we get first of all to go up against? You know what? Old time's sakes, we need a heel. I need either a fighter or a specialist. We could select AJ Styles, potentially, but he costs 340,000, and I just think at this stage, 40,000 could be a lot of money. That could be the difference between us potentially being successful and not being successful. So I'm going to pick, I think, The Miz, and we can have Cena versus The Miz maybe one last time. What do you think? Miz, number 2 pick on SmackDown. Raw has selected the Genius of the Sky. They've went with Io. So they've went with a Japanese connection so far. Nakamura and Io. We've got 2 Americans. So we need to actually go down the nationality route. We need to get 5 people, of course, or 6 people, sorry, with different nationalities. But I'm going to focus on maybe looking down the mid-card division now. And you know what? Rey Mysterio's going to cost us too much money. But let's go with this guy here. Let's go with Penta. Like I said, we're going to try and... He covers like the Mexican side of things. And we're going to try and bring back the Cruiserweight era. So we'll bring Penta to SmackDown. Now, we've already spent over $1 million. We've only brought in 3 people. That ain't good. Now we need to be really cheap. For the rest of this draft, we need to literally... basically spend nothing. Which is going to be hard to do, but... Right, we maybe need to get another decent, I don't know, another decent mid-carder in. Someone that could maybe fight against Penta. I like Carlito, but I don't like him at 270,000, so I'm going to have to maybe not go down that route. Right, let's see. Sean Spears. I don't know if I want this guy in 228,000. I'm going to say no. We're going to continue to go down. Well, I mean, Jacob Fatu is somebody that we could bring in. He would count as Samoan. Maybe we bring Jacob Fatu. You know what? Fuck it. Some people like him. I personally don't, but some people do. I'm bringing in Jacob Fatu. There you go. He is our 4th pick. Raw has picked Raquel Rodriguez. So yeah, they've got Raquel, which is a little bit disappointing. I was thinking about getting Raquel, but doesn't really matter. Right now we need to go down our tag team route. So let's see what tag teams we can get here. You've got the Machine Guns. I'd like to kind of bring them both in. It would almost take us down to 6. Oh, it would kill our financial aspect, but I think we need Shelley and Sabin. I think we want the guns, so... Oh, and speaking of guns, Ross picked a big gun there. They've picked Braun Strowman, one of the biggest of them all. So, yeah, we're going to get the machine guns. And then that pretty much... That gives us a tag team. It gives us, you know, a mid-card, a couple of mid-carders and a couple of main eventers. So I'm happy with that. Right, let's select some women, because I think we need to go down that route. So, who should be our standout female? We've got John Cena and The Miz and Penta. They're all, and Sabin and Shelley. So we've already got 5 people that are over the age of 40. So we can't pick another person that is 40 or above. So that rules out quite a lot of these women. Doesn't rule out Charlotte Flair. She's only 49. Maybe bring her in. But, you know, I'm thinking about potentially going down a new route, a younger route. Bring in some fresh blood here on SmackDown. I think we're going to go with Stephanie Fakir. I'm going to bring in Stephanie Fakir. Bang. She's Chilean. It gets us another nationality. She's in. The Dark Angel, as Booker T would say. Shucky ducky, quack, quack. We can see her do that ass move maybe. So yeah, she's in. Stephanie Fakir. Now a member of SmackDown. And I think, you know what? I think we'll go with the other new female that got promoted to the roster. WWE's doing nothing with them. We'll see if we can change that. I'm going to go with Julia. She's technically Brazilian or Japanese. I think we'll factor in her being Brazilian. So that gives us another nationality. And now I think we're beginning to look good, apart from the financial aspect. So we've got Cena, The Miz, Penta, Fatu, Sabin, Shelley, Fakir, Julia. So that is Brazilian, Chilean, Samoan, Mexican, and American. We just need to get one more nationality, and we will be sorted. I don't know who that's going to be. Should we get that done now, and then we don't need to worry about it? We also need to get 5 people under the age of 30, and so far we've got none, so that could be an issue. We're going to have to start signing people that are young, so keep that in mind too. And I will factor that in with my next pick. So we're looking at, you know what, I'm going to pick Roxanne Perez. Little Rocks, little Pop Rocks. We'll select her and get her mixed up here in the division, right? So we're going to focus on the women for now. Let's have a look at the females, and let's see if we can sign a giant, because we've got a couple of cruiserweights. So we've got Charlotte Flair as a possible giant. There was Raquel, but she's gone. Jade Cargill. I mean, what age is Jade? We'll do a quick search here on the good old Google, and we'll see what age she is. And if she's under 30, then great. Because that, oh no, she's 33, so she's actually older than I thought. Nia Jax is 40, definitely not under 30. So, Piper Niven, don't really care. She's fat, we're not picking her. Yeah, so, if I want to get this age thing going, we're going to have to try and select a few now. I mean, there is a couple of specialist females in here. I definitely seen Indy Hartwell. I think she's under 30. Gigi Dolan's under 30. Blair Davenport looks about 50, but I'm sure she is under 30. Zoe Stark, again, I don't want any uglies on my roster. I'm sorry, Natalia, that rules you. You Botox bitch. Alrighty, we're going to select... I mean, these women are pretty expensive, honestly. I don't know if we're going to select any of them. I kind of like... Who do I like? Let me see. Thea Hale's young, but she's a cruiserweight, so I don't know if I want her. We've got a couple of cruiserweights already on the roster. I think we're going to go with Lola Face. I'm going to go with Lola Face. She's 28. That gets us Lola's Face in the door. Ross selected Piper Niven. We're going to go with a couple more women on the cheap side of things. I think we'll go with Tatum Paxley. I believe she's also 27, 28. She's a fighter. She could go against Julia. I mean, why not? So there you go. We're picking. I mean, we're getting quite. Oh, Raw! No, Raw got Dirty Dom, and I wanted Dirty Dom. That's a killer. Raw got Dirty Dom. I wanted Dirty Dom. That's disgusting. I actually really did want Dirty Dom. Dominic and Penta could have been my, you know, Mysterio, Guerrero or whatnot, but I guess that's not going to be the case now. Damn it, I really wanted Dom. I'm going to try and trade him in the future. When we get to like a trading stage, I'm going to see if we can bring him in, but let's see if we can get maybe another female for now. I think we do need a giant. I'm almost willing to bring in Charlotte as maybe our marquee female signing. Fuck it. Charlotte's going to be like Yep, Charlotte's going to be our big signing, even though we picked her 12th. She's probably moaning about that. You know, she's probably pissed off, but it is what it is. Now I'm going to go back to the men, because we've got 6 men, 6 women, and we need to just start filling out the roster with some guys. Cheap guys, preferably, because, yeah, our financial situation isn't great. 1.2 million. So we're going to go down the cheap option, and we're going to see who we've got. We've got Solo Sikoa. We could bring in Solo. Maybe team Solo and Jacob up. Yeah, you know what? We could maybe team up the Bloodline, and that would give us a tag team to go against the Machine Guns. I think I'm going to pick Solo. I think Solo's reasonably cheap at 185. I'm going to pick Solo Sikoa.
The street champion.
That's who I'm picking. They picked Joe Gacy. Right, let's just quickly check the nationality. So we've got John Cena in The Miz, American, Penta, Mexican, Fatu, Samoan, Fakir, Chilean, Julia, Brazilian. We still need another nationality, so we need to get like a Canadian or someone Scottish or something. We could pick Grayson Waller. He's an Aussie. I think Grayson Waller might be a good option. He could be a good pick. I'm thinking about him. I'm looking at who else we've got here potentially. We've got Dragon Lee, Andrade. We could pick Elton Prince and his little buddy. Where is his buddy? I don't even see him. Wait, is Elton Prince... Where's Elton Prince's tag team partner? He's not there. It's only Elton Prince. Where's the other guy going? Did Raw pick him maybe? I don't know, but I don't think one really has value without the other, so... Oh no, Kit Wilson's up here. He just cost a lot more money for whatever reason. I'm going to pick them. They're English. It gets us nationality. Sorry guys, has to be done. And it's another tag team as well, so I think that kind of makes sense. We've got to be strategic here. So we're picking Kit Wilson and Elton Prince. Ross selected Chelsea Green. We've got 685,000 left. So let's see. Would like to get a couple more in. But who do we want? I mean, we could pick this Wolfgang here. We could just pick Wolfgang on his own. He's Scottish. Maybe also pick Grayson Waller as well. Would they really go up against anybody? We kind of want fighters though. Could maybe pick Lexus King. Lexus King is an option. Let's see who else we've got in here. KSI, don't really want him. And these kind of, honestly, these people are way too expensive for what they really offer, which in my opinion is nothing. Andrade is a guy, he's a fighter, but yeah, Montez Ford. Montez Ford, I mean, potentially could have a run on his own. You know, this guy could maybe do something. He's a specialist. But now we're getting into the big box. Austin Theory's 28. We could pick Austin Theory. And maybe... We've already got Grayson Waller. No, we don't. We could pick Theory. 188,000. Or I could just go for Waller, who's a fighter, and I think Waller would suit us a bit better. No, he's a bruiser, so Waller's... I'll pick Grayson Waller, 139,000. Ross selects Lash Legend. Let me see who we got. So, we need to get... How many more people do we need to get? Let me just check one thing quickly here. I'm pretty sure we've got... Yeah, so we've got pretty much everything that we need. Let's just quickly confirm it. So we've got John Cena in The Miz. Alright, so we've got American taken care of, we've got Mexican taken care of, Samoan taken care of, Chilean, Brazilian, we've got English and Australian. So we've got 7 nationalities, and in terms of the age, what age is Kit Wilson and Elton Prince? Let me just quickly check these guys' age, just to make sure that... What age are they? 31. Okay, so they're not under 30. This could be a problem. So Tatum Paxley's under 30. Lola's under 30. Perez is under 30. We still need to sign... We still need to sign 3 people under the age of 30. So our next 3 picks have to be under the age of 30 and relatively cheap. So that's essentially the route we're going to go down. What age is Lexus King? So that's it. My last 3 picks are going to be 3 people under 30. I'm going to try and get maybe... What about Tony D'Angelo, actually? What age is Tony D'Angelo? He's under. Yeah, well, he's 40, so that would count. He's 40. I think we'll pick D'Angelo. He's a specialist, and we can kind of use him. So now we need 2 more people, and then we're going to bail out the draft. So I think we will select women. We've got 11 men to 6 women. Let's look at the women that we could get. I mean, Kalani Jordan, Jada Parker. They're both cheap. They're both under 40. I think one's a fighter, one's a cruiser. Yeah, maybe I think we'll bring in Kalani Jordan. Raw selecting Trick Williams, so we just need 1 more person then under the age of 40. Let me see what the options are like. We've got 370k left. I like Sol Ruka. I might bring in Sol Ruka. I do like Sol Ruka. I think she's got potential. She could freshen things up on SmackDown. When you get to this level and these people just aren't worth the money that they're costing, definitely not. There's Tiffany Stratton, who, I mean, is the SmackDown champ, and she's under 40 as well. Maybe she should be our last pick, although I am kind of thinking Sol Ruka. Sol Ruka would cost a lot of money. That's the problem. Sol Ruka's a cruiser. We could go with Charlotte versus Tiffany, maybe one more time. Have a rematch. What women could we have gone up against? What women could compete for the belt? I don't even know. You know what? I think we're going to pick Tiffany Stratton. I think she is kind of like a standout female. That'll leave us, what, 100 and... Yeah, I think we'll pick Tiffany Stratton. She will be our final pick. Gigi Dolan goes to Raw. We've got 158k left. We could pick... I mean, we could pick Sol Ruka. But I think we'll maybe... No, actually, we can't. We can, but it would leave us £1,000 left. That's not a lot of money. I think we will leave that for now. There's Jada Parker, Jakara Jackson. But you know what? We can sign these people at a later date. I'm pretty happy with that roster. We've got 10 faces, 9 heels, 11 men, 8 women. Let me just quickly check that we've got everything. So we've got the nationalities sorted. In terms of the ages, we've got Roxanne Perez, Lola Feist, Tatum Paxley. And then... we've got Tiffany Stratton, Kalani Jordan. Wait, do we need 1 more? Fuck, I think we do. No, Tony D's 30. Tony D's, that's alright. So we've got this, yeah, that's us. I think we're gonna end it then. I'm gonna end the draft right there. And that is my draft. Look at that. What a roster that Theodore Long has assembled. You could not ask for much more player. Theodore Long is a player, and he's got a roster full of players. So yeah, that's pretty much worked out great. Got a good tag team in there. We've got some main eventers, some good-looking women. We've got Penta ready to fly about and do loads of shit. So, yeah, let's just see what Raw does. They're going to finish off with Blair Davenport and Pat McAfee. So, Raw taking Pat McAfee. And that looks like they're done. There's Eric Bischoff's Monday Night Raw roster. Dominated by Nakamura and Io Sky. He's also got Raquel in there. JD McDonough. You got Corbin, Strowman. So yeah, Bischoff going with some big wrestlers. You know, you got that other guy in there, Briggs, Josh Briggs, big guy. Yeah, Bischoff. I think we won though. I definitely think we won. I'm looking at our roster. I mean, we've got John Cena. Come on, you guys tell me what roster's better. I mean, I think we won that 100%. But I mean, Bischoff will be confident. I'm sure he did pick 2 more people than us. I don't know if that will make a difference. I don't know if that will matter come the end of things, but yeah, no, Bischoff, you know, Bischoff got 2 more wrestlers than we did, so we will see. Triple H, tonight is the night. Dexter Morgan, the debut show. We have high hopes for you. I'll try not to let you down. Good, I'm expecting big things. Eric Bischoff, how's the prep going? Long. Can't wait to see the battle between Raw and SmackDown this year. Obviously, with the likes of Nakamura on our books, we think we're going to give SmackDown more than a run for its money. I guess we're going to find out player. Right, we need to select champions. And I don't know if I do this just now or whether we do it on SmackDown. Because I think that, really, I think we should be crowning champions on SmackDown. Especially for John Cena. I want the guy to become a 17-time champion. And to me, that's something that he needs to earn. I think he needs to actually win that. So I don't know if we're going to crown any champions just now. I think we might just go into SmackDown with what we've got and see what happens. So I think we might just go into SmackDown. Yeah, that's what I'm predicting anyway. So we will see who we got on the roster. Let me just double check here. Yeah, no, I think there's some good matchups that we can certainly have that I'm looking forward to on week 1. Let's look at the women's division as well. Yeah, we've got some good women in there. I'm happy with the picks. There's a couple that I would have liked. I mean, I kind of did want... I wanted Io Sky. I wanted Dominic Mysterio. Didn't get them, but is what it is. We'll be back, and hopefully we can get them next time. But I'm not going to select any champions just yet. I think we're going to crown champions on the first... Actually, no, what? We will crown some champions, right? We will give Tiffany Stratton the belt since she's a champ in real life. Tag champs... I think we'll maybe leave them for now. SmackDown US champion. Julia's the champ in real life. Do we give it to her in the game? I mean, I think we might, just to boost her popularity. Yeah, why not? We'll make Julia the champ there. The men's division. Solo Sikoa. We've got him as the current... I think we'll give Solo Sikoa the US title. And then I think that will probably do it. I think the rest of them can... kind of fight it out. I believe so anyway. Or maybe not. Do we leave all the men's for now? I think we'll leave the men's for now, actually. Or do we just give Solo... We'll give... Fuck it. We'll give Solo it. Boom. There you go. So we've picked 3 champions. We've still to crown 3 champions. The 2 tag team belts and Big Match John. So, yeah, hopefully we'll do that on SmackDown. And, yeah, you've earned this power card. So, there you go. Player. And I'm looking forward, guys, to booking SmackDown on the first week of this SmackDown vs. Raw GM. I cannot wait to go against Eric Bischoff head-to-head. Hopefully you guys can tune in to see how that goes. But yeah, I'm excited to see it. Triple H wants to have an Iron Man match this week. I don't know if we're going to do that. I mean, we probably should to try and keep him happy, but an Iron Man match in our first week? Take it easy, Trips. You know, come on, that heart of yours, that pacemaker. You don't want to get it rushing too fast. So I think we'll maybe slow it down. But who knows? First week on SmackDown, we might crown a brand new world champion. How about that? Anyway, guys, that's it. I'll catch you in the next one. Beanfog Wrestling. Thanks for watching. Make sure you leave a like, leave a comment. It really does help the video. So if you want to contribute to the channel, that's all you have to do. Like and comment down below. And that helps us massively. So that's it. We'll catch you in the next one. Till then, thanks for watching and peace.